think the layers aren't correct.
It's gonna be fine. I really wish I could just like chop my hair shorter and shorter. I want to style these two now that spring is here. She has little black eyes and two pointy ears. Yeah, I think that could be a look. I love style, I love fashion. I feel like it adds a nicer touch. If I have like some yellow bag with it, would be fun. And I will be basically cleaning the streets with it. I think that was enough. Hello, it's Monday today and I feel like I want to cut my hair even shorter. It doesn't really feel the length that I desire. I feel like I want something really shorter up here and even here, like framing the face, and maybe something a little shorter here, like these sides. And I've seen like some videos of like the wolfette haircut. Like I usually do like the long wolf cut, but I decided to go shorter. So I'm not quite sure if it's gonna be a good idea. I'm gonna detangle my hair first and see if that's gonna be a good idea. I've never tried the wolfette cut, which is basically like a wolf cut slash a shag of some sort, and it's like having here something a little bit less bulky in these sides, and yeah, maintaining a little bit of length, but I don't think I would maintain this much of length, maybe a little shorter, like maybe this much. Even though I don't particularly like that, I don't particularly like that length, but I think I have to live with it because I still want my hair to be like, so I could be able to hold it in a ponytail, but maybe like something this long, so I can maintain like a bit of length. But if I cut like even this much from back there, it will still maintain the length that I need for like a ponytail, but it will be a very tiny ponytail. Anywho, I hope I can manage like the section right, because I feel like this really gonna depend on the section. So I'm gonna try to find the high points and hopefully I can see where that is. And we're supposed to take it from like the receding hairline here and here. Am I even doing this correctly? I don't know. I think this is like the most important part. This whole cut, so I'm gonna try to make it as best of my ability. Center it. I think this is centered. I'm not gonna go super short. Maybe to the bridge of my nose right here. We'll see. Anyhow, I'm gonna take the rest of the hair here. I feel like I have a bit more hair in this section than this section, but at the same time I need to check. It will help if I had like a back mirror, but right now I don't, so okay. It's supposed to be tight enough. No? I look super ridiculous, but okay, and I was supposed to go this way, I believe. So, oh my god, I'm a little bit nervous, but okay. First step is done. I'm gonna brush it again. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my shearing scissor, I don't know what you call this. This is like something else, and I'm gonna just, because I don't want, this just prevents the hair from being too bulky. So soften, basically. Okay, that was it. Now let's go from the sides here. I'm gonna go like that and basically do the same thing. So I'm gonna take about the same length from here. Okay. And then take the shears, the other ones, and soften everything. Okay. Okay. That was enough for the side. I'm gonna do the same for the other side and hope for the best. Okay. Don't want to cut too much from the beginning. Could see this. Okay, let's try to do this also the same, taking okay, I think that should be enough. Moment of truth, I guess. I don't know how I feel. I hope everything turned out nice. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Okay. I don't think that was correct. Okay, okay, this is okay. Okay, this is much better, but these here definitely didn't section my hair correctly. Let's see the other layers. Okay. I think the layers aren't correct. Did I mess my hair? Most likely. A little bit. Definitely should have stuck to just doing a normal wolf cut. I think I could fix it. But just doing it again, basically. I'm gonna take this from front of maybe doing some more mistakes. Can you see this? And now doing all as high as possible. The higher I could get it, the better. And hopefully it's high enough and secure enough. It's taken too long. More time than I thought, but at least I'm doing it by myself, so I don't think this is as great of a ponytail, but we persevere. So okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just make a bit of cuts with this here. It's gonna make things hopefully even. I don't have a good grip with my fingers, so that's why things tend to be a bit wobbly. But I'm trying my best. I think I did it. But yeah, let's see. See this like that. And then this one like that. Is that fixed my mistake? Well, it needs styling for sure, but I think it's not that bad. Now I have like way shorter pieces here, and the length is the same. Give it a shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Yeah. What do we think? Maybe it's not completely even, I feel like from this side it's a bit longer. But with this, maybe I can cut a bit of this. Yeah, I think, yeah, it needs styling for sure, but I think I did the gist. Definitely needs some styling. And it's definitely a lot more flattering on now on these pieces. And I still have the length, so if I want to do a ponytail, I still can, but with like some fringe pieces basically, but I still can do like a ponytail. I don't know. Maybe I messed it up and maybe it's okay. I don't know. After I wash my hair and style it, I will see if it's okay. I think it's nice this way. It's messy and natural. But yeah. Definitely, like there's a great distance between these pieces, but it's still okay. I think it will blend nicely with styling, I guess. So anywho, I'm gonna keep it like that and clean up the mess that I made here. I'm glad I removed stuff from around me to just make space, because this is a huge mess. So I did clean up the hair mess. It took a while, but I had to be really thorough with the cleaning because there was a lot of hair. And yeah, I did also fix the length a bit off camera. I did take all of my hair in a high ponytail and I just like cut off a little bit, about a centimeter or centimeter and a half from the length, to make things a bit more cohesive lengthwise. And right now things, there are a few pieces here that are a bit like mismatch, or they feel like a little bit disconnected from the rest of the hair. But I know, in fact, when I style the hair, this is not gonna be a problem. So I have confidence in that. I also changed out of my clothes just to make sure that, or at least my top, just to make sure that there are no hair. So yeah, I'm guessing this is like what they look, or that what they will look in their worst case scenario. So I'm quite hopeful for like when they are freshly washed and styled and all of that. So it's gonna be fine. I really wish I could just like chop my hair shorter and shorter. Like take the same cut from here and shorten it a bit. Like do the same thing and but with much shorter layers from this side. I think it will look bomb, but I don't have the skills to do it myself. I did cut my hair short a couple of times in the past myself. I even once did like a whole pop with like I shaved like half of the hair, not half of it, but like a third of the hair from back there. And I did like a bob, and I even did like a some sort of a pixie haircut almost. But I'm not quite sure I can do the vision in my head justice by myself, especially from like back there. It's just like I think I'm gonna leave it until I find a hairdresser that like I could trust, and maybe they can do that cut for me. But right now I have to settle with this one. At least I have like a little bit more of a shorter layers from the front and like up top, and this way like things feel a little bit more airy and a lot less heavy here around my face, because I feel like that was a little bit smothering to my face the last haircut I did, which it wasn't like a long time ago. It was like less than 2 weeks ago. 2 or 3 weeks ago I cut my hair myself, and now I do it again. Well, I did it again. Anywho, as I said, this is not uh, an endorsement for cutting your like the hair yourself, not necessarily, but hair grows, so no worries about that. Now I should just stop procrastinating with cutting my hair and doing other stuff and just edit. Okay, so let's style some clothes. I have like a few pieces that I thought maybe I could experiment, styling them with you, and you can tell me which one looks best. So I mainly have like these skirts. One is extremely casual, fluffy skirt that is see-through, I would say, and I wouldn't consider it like a very classical shape. It's pretty much, it has like a string that you can tighten and you can crunch it up basically on one side. So it's very cool, very ethereal looking, and yeah, it's different from my usual clothes. Usually my clothes are a bit simpler, particularly when it comes to like skirts and stuff like that. Not simpler, but I would say this is definitely more fluffy. And I also have this skirt, which is in kind of like a extreme contrast to that one, because this is a very classic shade. And yeah, the whites on these are similar, but I would say this one is a little bit more of a milky white. That one is a little bit crispier. Maybe because it's see-through, I don't know. But yeah, this is definitely different. This is from a brand called Peter Hun. That one is from Cedar, if I'm not mistaken. I want to style these two now that spring is here, and definitely experimenting a little bit with like leggings and so, because that's like my thing. They add such a nice touch to an outfit. I feel more comfortable whenever I wear them, like especially if I'm wearing something that is a little bit too sheer, or maybe if something is too short or something like that. It just adds a safety layer in my opinion. So yeah, let's see. First, let's start with some white stockings and they have like some pattern to them. I think that will look a little bit nice, so I'm gonna start with those and see. We can definitely add some like different tones, so maybe adding like something beige rather than like complete white. That's an option. I have this like very feminine lace top. I think these are like fairly popular and fairly cheap to get, to be honest. It's a very nice mesh layer to add like maybe underneath even underneath, like I love wearing them sometimes underneath regular t-shirts, and especially if they are a little bit baggy. I feel like they add, again, that slight character and, you know, makes the outfit a little bit more unique than just wearing like a simple t-shirt. I've always been drawn to lace and mesh and stuff like that since I was like a teenager. So I still like adding that element from time to time to my clothes. So I think if we want to go for like white, that will also. So I found two t-shirts that could be candidate. We have this one that is striped, and we have Mephi here. This is a collaboration between Uniqlo and Mephi, and I'm quite a fan of Mephi, and I have a few t-shirts that have that on them. This is another candidate. It has the face of Mephi here, if you can see it. It's very cute, and even like a little bit of a quote on the back. She has little black eyes and two pointy ears, and I just love them. I love these t-shirts. Anywho, I think these could be a good candidate to start with. For shoes, I have different like options. I'm gonna like test things first and then see which shoe may go with which outfit. Let's start. I feel like this is a very casual, but still like, I don't know how I feel about this, but it does feel a bit like effortless. You know, there's no waist definition or anything like that, but I feel like it would be nice paired with something like some flats. That would be nice. Maybe brown ones to break the whole like white on white situation. And the brown one still has like a bit of lightness to it because it's like a checkered / like gingham pattern. So I feel like this is quite nice. I could go and grab my bag. I think this could be cute with like a smaller bag. My bag is empty right now, so it's gonna look a little bit floppy, but I think something like that looks cool and almost like, yeah, effortless, not too much, you know, like I didn't try, but at the same time there's like the lace here gives it like a bit more of a, like an extra touch. Maybe we can also tuck it, like tuck a bit of this in, and like do it like a half a tuck. Yeah, I think that looks nicer this way. Just a slight touch sometimes can change the look. With the bag and the brown shoe, I think that could be a look. I could see myself like wearing something like this out and about and feeling comfortable, confident enough. And yeah, we can also lean into like the super contrasty. It's a bit different, I think, but with the Miffy has like a little bit of black in it, so I feel like it could potentially also be a candidate. Maybe a bigger bag would be a better option for this look. Like, yeah, something different just by changing the accessories. It feels like two different vibes, even though like both of them are ballet flats and, you know, a shoulder bag, but both of them are completely different. And as you saw, you could just like flip the bag or choose a different shoe and the look is completely different. I'm looking in the mirror here, so to see, like, to check if everything is fine. But yeah, I think this is a bit more practical for days like when I want to have like a lot of stuff with me, so a bag like this would be better, I would say. But it's still like fun with like having stockings peeking from underneath. I feel like it adds a nicer touch, like especially these that have like stripes, almost like textured stripes. Yeah, I think they look fun. Anywho, I don't want to linger too much, but yeah, I don't have that many accessories right now. I mean, by accessories, I mean like bags and stuff like that. I'm kind of rebuilding my wardrobe as we speak, as I wasn't really like feeling myself for a few years. And like generally speaking, I have like made a bit of a shift through the years. I think like for the past 8 years or so, we were like on the move a lot, and it's just like I feel like I kind of lost my passion for certain things, but I'm gaining them back bit by bit. And one of those is actually clothes. I love style, I love fashion, and it's just like in my own way. I'm not I'm not like proclaiming any titles or any expertise of any sort, but in my own way I have my own sense of style, I guess, and I just want to amplify it more. I think this look also could go like for a little bit of a heel, but it will give a completely different vibe. Let's test that out. This is from Charles and Keith, I believe. Yeah. I think this will give the outfit a completely different vibe. This has like a rounded toe, but a round toe that wants to be square. But I feel like maybe with this, let me see in the monitor, because maybe with this, I think that looks nice. Maybe this could look nice as well. I guess it breaks the casualness of the shirt, and it feels intentional or more intentional. And again, you can go for like the bigger bag, but with this I feel like maybe it's like the smallest bag I have. It barely fits like a phone in here and like my wallet, keys, stuff like that. But I guess like with the gold details, they go well because it has like some gold details, and I could potentially wear it with its chain because it has like a gold chain to it. But I feel like, I don't know if gold chains are outdated, but I don't particularly enjoy wearing chains because I feel like they get stuck on things, but I rather hold it as like a handbag, or just put it on my wrist like that. But it also looks a bit like too sophisticated for the t-shirt, but let's move on. This has a potential to be worn like that, but I don't think it's that flattering per se. I feel like, yeah, I think I'm gonna wear something on top. Let's try the one that has like a bit of stripes to it, like to add a bit more character to it. I like this. This is even more apparent because it has a lot of texture to it, so I can also like, I can either keep the collar in like so, or I can get the collar out, get like a completely different look as well. Yeah, I think I like this look even better. I like the, and if I wanted to, you know, I can scrunch this with some bobby pin or something. I don't have a safety pin, but I have a small elastic, so I could just like maybe scrunch this up a bit from one side, just like that, to make sure that, you know, the lace is poking from underneath. I think that looks a bit better this way. You can arrange it different ways, and yeah, and this way the lace will actually be, you know, be apparent from underneath it. And maybe it's not super flattering here. We can make it work. And to make it a little bit more flattering, maybe let the lace also sneak from underneath. I think this is better this way, yeah. Yeah, it's like styling it a little bit differently. And again, I'm gonna use the same shoes, but it's gonna give a bit more of a different vibe. And because this already has like different tones in it, it breaks the whole idea of that you have to wear like the same shade of white or lights together. I feel like this, I know some people are kind of wary about wearing lighter beige with like whites because it kind of feels sometimes like you miscalculated, but I feel I kind of disagree. I love wearing beiges and like ivories with whites, depending obviously on sometimes the caliber of white, because sometimes if it's an extreme blue white, if that makes sense, I don't know how to describe that, but there is a specific shade of white that is like a snow white, I think that's what you call it, and that may be too much against like an extremely yellow white, for example. It might look a bit off, but in this case I feel like the colors, like this is not an extreme white actually. I don't know how it's looking on camera, but in real life it's not an extreme white, so might look different. I do think this could work as well with black, but I'm wondering, I have like okay, I found them after the search. I was able to find them. I don't wear them that much because they are a little bit tight on my feet, but I feel like with this look, they might actually be the perfect fit. What do we think? I can actually see if I have like some yellow bag with it. Would be fun. Better like this. Even though the yellow of the bag is really yellow, but I feel like maybe a touch of color. Like everything is muted, so why not add a touch of color, and they are still within the same family. I think this works well as well. I don't know. Might be mistaken. I have no ivory or white bag, especially for like a heel like that. I feel like could be a nicer look if you have like an actual bag. I have like tote bags that are like fabric tote bags, but I don't think for this specific, like with this heel, they will look as nice. And yeah, this is kind of, again, my interpretation of adding a bit more of a casual thing and to make the look a bit cooler, but still, and fresher, but still like be able to, you know, to not completely be casual, if that makes sense. But it does, I feel like it does work maybe better with like a flat, but yeah, I do think this is still looks fine. Let's switch to the other skirts, because that one I'm kind of struggling with. I like the idea of it a lot, the frilly skirt. I just don't know if it, styling wise, I don't think I am like have perfected how to style it. So let's try this together. Okay, I kept the same top and I just changed this, and I even kept the shoes. I don't know how to feel about this one. I don't think it's the skirt. It could be just I need to style it differently. Maybe because it's too frilly here, I need to wear it with something that is a bit more form-fitting up here or something like that. Otherwise it would still look too frilly. Or maybe because it's frilly and with the frill in here, is it too much? I don't know. It, for me, this kind of looks like a completely different vibe. Like it gives a completely different vibe in my opinion. But it does, I think, benefit from a little bit of a heel because it's a little bit too short. So I'm gonna actually kind of change the top because I feel like I'm gonna go for the full white, but not necessarily with the t-shirt on top. Let me cook with this. I keep it like this, like something a bit more form-fitting. I feel like maybe that would be a safer choice, a safer option. But it does like bulk up a bit here if I pull it that far. But at the same time, if I pull it down, I need to arrange the things underneath as well. But yeah, maybe something like this will be much better for a frilly skirt, and it will be like a little bit more feminine and not too, you know, maybe because of the frilliness I needed something a bit more form-fitting, but I still think it's a bit awkward like in length in my opinion. So yeah, but much better I think. Can I do it like that? Yeah, still bulky. No, it needs to be much lower, I feel, for it not to bulk that much. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, nice and all, but I don't think it's like my favorite. I think it's like the skirt, it's a bit too distracting for me. Even though I like sometimes being distracting, just like, maybe this is a bit too much. I'm gonna try the other top, the other lacy top. Maybe that would be the solution for this. Maybe this is a little bit too frilly. I feel like this is a lot simpler in general. I kind of like the simplicity of this, and I can still wear, I feel, the like, white and yellow is still like also nice with that, and I can definitely wear the flats with this. Just honestly, I would like to replace this specific shoe with something a bit more comfortable. I don't feel that comfortable walking around in that shoe. It looks nice, but it's not that comfortable. So let's see how does this look with like just a plain flat. I think, yeah. Definitely like a little bit of a heel gives a completely different vibe and kind of like elevates in general, but flats are also fun. I think in this case the flat will be something a little bit like I have to bring it up the skirt, otherwise it will drag on the floor and I will be basically cleaning the streets with it, which sometimes it's okay, but I feel like in this case that would be a disaster because it's very sheer and it might snag on something, not only just get dirty, if that makes sense. And yeah, take the bag again, just trying to demonstrate as much as possible. I feel like, yeah, it's very simple, very cool, very dainty, nothing really, you know, it's fun, but it's still simple at the same time. So. Anyway, I think that was enough for today, and other than that, I'm gonna go back to editing.